departure.
Hey, John, I didn't know you had the morning shift.
You bet, Lieutenant. You got students waiting for you when you get back?
Affirmative. Icon out.
Hello, everybody. Let me grab this player time. Click. Oh, that might be close enough. We are starting off a new series on my Sunday off for Microsoft Flight. So I'm just making sure this stream is looking okay over here. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking intro. All right. I gotta go through the introduction again. I did it before, but I messed it up and I didn't get it on camera right. So I'm doing kind of this hybrid approach with the time that I have, which is very limited for my live streams. But I want to be able to get episodes out for those people who can't tune in on my live streams. I know I have some regular stuff going on. My regular live stream, because of daylight savings, my regular live stream is moving to 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoons Pacific time. And that should give people in the European Union basically a good chance to see my stuff that's not terribly late in the evening. And what we're doing for a little while on this live stream is going to be doing Microsoft Flight. So I want to feature, really, I got all this equipment and I want to feature my new control cam, which is right there. You can see me pointing at it on camera. It's right there. See, right there, 2 hands. Oh, it's so confusing. And I'm running Microsoft Flight. Gmod is going to be able to provide us some links as soon as I get these episodes posted. For where you can actually get Microsoft Flight, including all the content packs, and actually be able to use it since it's no longer available in the Microsoft store. Microsoft Flight came out in 2012. It was actually a pretty decent flight simulator with some pretty decent game elements, but Microsoft made the mistake of trying to make only a decent flight simulator and a decent game rather than making either an excellent game like Euro Truck Simulator or an excellent simulation like Microsoft Flight Simulator X or the FSX reboot that happened a couple years ago on, a year ago or so on Steam. And by comparison with, say, Euro Truck Simulator, where they just did that really good. It's one of my favorite games, and normally we'd be doing SimGamer TV's Sunday afternoon drive, and I'd have the control cam set up for that. But since I have all this hardware, I really want to use it for Microsoft Flight for a little while, and then get back into Euro Truck Simulator a little bit later on in the season. So anyway, Euro Truck Simulator, as we all know, has an amazing driving simulation, and it's an amazing game with lots of advancement potential. You know, you build up your career over time, and you get to drive trucks and do interesting things. So there's some of those elements in Microsoft Flight. The guys over at SCS Software, I think, absolutely killed it. If they were able to carbon copy that formula and apply it to Microsoft Flight or some other, flight simulator game coming up in the future, it would be a really amazing product, and they'd sell bazillions of copies, I'm sure. But I have introduced now some new hardware going on, which we will talk about. We'll go one at a time. The first hardware that you can see that's very important is my plaid Sunday off pajamas on my control cam here. The second piece of hardware that's probably the second most important is the flight yoke. So I have a full flight yoke installed. Here's all my range of motion that I have with this thing. I have my controls set up for elevator trim, rudder trim. Right here is the flaps control. This button changes my camera. I have a finger button right there that would be push to talk for radio if I was using the actual radio frequencies, and a hat up here to change my viewpoint. So that takes care of the flight yoke. That's everything there. This is its own USB device. Then a separate USB device I have it plugged in. Oh, and the SATEC Pro Flight Yoke system actually comes with a built-in USB hub, a powered USB hub, for all the devices you can plug in if you want. And then over here, you can only probably see about this much of it. Over here I have the SATEC Pro Flight TPM system, which is throttle, prop, and mixture. And so this actually makes it much easier for me to play the game because I can just do this by feel. I'm gonna know exactly where these knobs are advanced to. In the very first airplane, the very first thing will only be dealing with throttle because the Icon A5, which is the first plane you fly in the career mode, is a light sport plane. And light sport planes can only have their propeller adjustment adjusted on the ground, and they usually don't have a variable fuel mixture. Usually it's just the fuel mixture is what it is. I have a couple of switches set up here. These are hard switches. I have one for lights that I'll be flipping momentarily, and I have one for landing gear right there that I'll be flipping momentarily as needed. And and that takes care of the controls. Now you might not be able to see down here where my feet are. I don't think you can, but you can see my knees moving if I get my hands out of the way. I have a full rudder system set up, and including the actual toe brakes that go like this, so I can actually toe brake that. So I just want to take a look over at the live stream, make sure it's all looking good. See my hands, my face, and everything. Yeah, all right. And we have the start time captured, so we're in an episode right now. Yes, we are. Brilliant. Let's go ahead and get this series kicked off with our first tutorial mission. Tutorial 1, Flight Essentials. Airport name, we're starting off at Hilo International, or in the vicinity of. And we're flying the Icon A5, which is a real-world aircraft coming out, available for delivery now. Pardon me. For about $250,000. Now, the original proposal for the Icon A5 was supposed to retail for about $155,000, $165,000. But the project, you know, as these projects go, they just weren't able to price it at that point, which is unfortunate because it's such a great plane. A little bit of intro animation once again to introduce the episode. There it is, the Icon A5.
Kaneohe Tower, Icon ready for takeoff, runway 22.
Icon, cleared for immediate departure.
Hey, John, I didn't know you had the morning shift.
You bet, Lieutenant. You got students waiting for you when you get back?
Affirmative. Icon out.
All right, here we go. Hello, everyone who is tuning in live. We're playing some Microsoft Flight, which is a game that came out in 2012. It's no longer available in the Microsoft Store, although when I cut this episode out and actually put it up on YouTube later on today, there will be links showing up from one of my favorite viewers. Actually, he's pretty much on all of my shows. He's been very patient with me because he's been tuning in every time I'm supposed to have a show, and I've been missing my appointments. So I got to make some apologies to him for keeping him hanging.
You ready to fly?
Yes, let's fly.
Control the right and left to turn, or forward and back to climb and descend.
Let's get into it. So here we go. You can see on the control cam, I can actually just fly around here.
You see those hot air balloons ahead of us?
Push down.
Let's weave our way around them.
Pull up.
Try not to hit them, though.
Well, yeah.
Very nice.
Let's take a look over here. We're gonna make this one? Nope.
You didn't quite get a...
And I crashed into it because I'm awesome! Down we go. Dead. So, this simulation doesn't have the best damage physics. It's just like, oh, the whole thing crashed.
You ready to
So actually
fly?
flying with the flight yoke is, you know, it's... Look at this range of motion I
right and
have.
left to turn, or forward and back to climb and descend.
Get the right camera. There we go. Okay.
Good.
Whoa.
You see those hot air balloons ahead of us?
Yeah.
Let's weave our way around them. Try not to hit them, though. Very nice.
Whoa.
You're getting the hang of it.
This is not responsible flying. I just want to point out that out right now.
All right, one more.
One more, and it's over there. Rawr.
Great job. This next balloon is higher. We'll have to climb to it. Go ahead and throttle up to full. Good. See how our speed decreases as we climb, even with full throttle?
And I need some
Always
trim.
throttle up to climb. Try not to climb too steeply, or we'll slow down too much and stall.
Let's take this balloon on the left.
Good job. We'll have to descend to get to the next balloon.
So you can see I can just have my hands on the controls,
See
not
how
having to
our
worry
speed
about stuff.
increases when we descend? Throttle back when descending.
Yeah. I'll take this one on the right so my passenger, if I had one, would be able to see the balloon.
Nicely done. Let's put your new skills to use and make your first landing.
Haha,
Turn
first landing.
right and line up with the runway.
So we'll go ahead
Lower
and,
the landing gear as well.
button 1 for landing gear. It's that
Throttle
one.
down to about 45% for our approach.
45%. There we go. Skimming the trees, coming in for our first landing, and the
Getting
runway's
close.
over there.
Throttle down to idle, lift the nose, and let the aircraft settle onto the ground.
Whoa. There we go. Throttle down to idle. Idle.
Pretty nice landing
Meh.
for your first try.
So now I have
Great
rudder.
job on your first flight.
I can actually rudder around here and do this kind
I
of
have
stuff.
something fun lined up for our next lesson.
Hooray! So that's the very first introductory mission, just a little bit of thing there. Oh man! And we are level 2. Award, first flight. Accept. I got everything. I got all the experience. Excellent. So we'll go ahead and just continue this episode because I never started a timer. The other thing that this thing has right here, this green light, is actually, it's got a stopwatch built into the front of the things, which is very useful on this game since my other monitor over here is completely blacked out. So we're going to go through the actual wedding party introduction to the Icon A5. Let's go ahead and select that and get that started. In the 9th century, Abbas-Qism ibn Farnas is said to have launched from the Jal... Oh, wasn't able to read the whole thing.
You did a great job learning the basics. Listen, I got a special lesson lined up. Your first water landing, and a party.
And a party.
I need a ride out to a friend's wedding. It's out on the bay on a yacht. They've already set sail, so the only way to get out there is in the Icon.
The Icon A5
Take a
is
look
a
around
beautiful
the
plane.
cockpit. Simple, huh? Almost like a car.
So I can use my mouse to look around. I can zoom in a little
Now
bit.
center your view.
Oh, fine.
When you're ready, just push the throttle forward for takeoff.
So I've got my throttle set up here. They're saying apply full throttle with F4. I'm like, screw that. I've got the real deal, baby. And so I have toe brakes, which means what I can do
Keep the throttle full.
is I can use the toe brakes to help steer myself on the runway.
Now pull back smoothly on the stick to lift off the runway.
Smoothly on the stick. There we go.
That was easy. Now we're flying. Go ahead and raise the landing gear.
Landing gear
Climb
up.
straight out to 500 feet.
Climbing to 500 feet. And now I can look around once again. See how things are going. Having these controls over here makes a big difference. So I'll be posting a bonus feature pretty soon here, hopefully within this.
Good. Now throttle back to 5,500 RPM or about 90% and maintain this altitude.
Maintain this altitude, 500 feet. So I'll be posting some
Now
bonus.
turn to a heading of 340.
340.
You can see our heading change on the display on the top of the screen and on the GPS in the cockpit.
Yeah, we need to turn that on. GPS is on. 340. Which is this way. Yeah, so I have the
You
unboxing
need to turn to a heading of 340.
I'm going there.
Use the compass at the top of the screen.
Interrupting me. I'm trying to talk to people here. Gosh.
All right, we're on course.
Yay.
Just keep flying at this heading and we should see the yacht along the coast.
Now, since I'm having to push on the stick a little bit here, I'm actually going to apply some trim to get myself trimmed out for neutral
Currently,
flying.
you're in cockpit view. This view enables you to manipulate the controls in the cockpit. Why don't you check out the various other views while we have a little time? It's a great way to gain perspective. Free look allows you to easily look at your surroundings. Chase view gives a good sense of the flight path of the aircraft. In flyby view, you can watch your aircraft fly past.
which is pretty cool. It's a nice view, actually.
Top-down view is helpful for finding your way around an airport.
Yep.
Okay, enough looking around. Let's get to the yacht.
So anyway, I have the
If you want
unboxing.
to save some time, activate the skip to waypoint command.
No, I don't want to
It'll
save.
take us right to the yacht.
I don't want to save time.
You'll see this command
I want you to
in
shut
most
up.
missions, and you can use it at any time when a skip is active.
Shh, quiet. Goodness. So I have the unboxing for all these things. I'll put together a video montage of that and get that uploaded hopefully this week. A nice little bonus.
I'm supposed to play the ukulele at the wedding. Do you mind if I practice a little?
Yeah, go ahead. Just be quiet. So that unboxing should be coming out, and you can see all the stuff that I got. There are a couple of other controls that I'm not using. I have over there. Is it this one? Yeah. So the Pro Flight Yoke system actually comes with this, which is a full 3-throttle cluster. But this isn't a typical throttle cluster that you would see on many of the smaller airplanes. Usually this type of thing is what you'll see on a smaller airplane, especially used one. The Icon A5 actually has an actual throttle that's more like what you would see in a HOTAS. And at some point, I might actually get a HOTAS for other things, like for Elite Dangerous.
Well, that's it. I'm sure I'll do better at the wedding.
So we have managed to climb up quite high. I'm going to go ahead and throttle down for descent now. I wasn't paying attention to my altitude. And just kind of fall out of the sky. Or glide down here. You can see the yacht in the distance.
That looks like the yacht we're heading to. Fly past the yacht to set up for our landing.
I'm going to fly past at 500 feet. So the Icon...
We'll go past to make sure they see us. That'll let them know that they should stop the boat so we can land.
The Icon A5 is an amphibious aircraft, which is why usually a light sport craft has to have fixed landing gear. The only exception is if the craft is amphibious. Then it can have retractable landing gear. So the Icon A5 is an amphibious craft. All right. We'll go ahead and stop our dive here.
Great, it looks like they saw us. Head north to put some room between us and the yacht. We'll need that space to land.
North, huh? All right. So some of the lessons that a person would actually do in real flying and get some practice in is doing things like
Keep going a little further.
Like banking without changing altitude. Banking and turning without changing altitude. Climbing to a particular altitude, maintaining straight and level flight.
This is far enough. Turn around back toward the yacht.
Okay, so I'm going to try and maintain exactly 500 feet with this turn. Just keep my eye on the horizon. Take a look at the altimeter every moment or so to make sure I'm still on track. I can see where the needle's headed. And we can take a look over here, see where the yacht is.
Okay, now we just need to gently descend and slow down to 60 knots for the landing. Bring the throttle back to 25% or 2,500 RPM and use the elevator controls to adjust your speed. Raise the nose to slow down or lower the nose to speed up.
Our goal was 65 knots, she said, so... Well, that's another thing I need to learn how to do, is how to change my speed without losing altitude necessarily. But we're there.
This is a good airspeed for landing.
So we'll maintain 60.
Try to land about 100 feet from the boat. Not too close. We don't want to hit it. Throttle back to idle and let the aircraft settle onto the water.
All right. I'm just going to take a peek to make sure our landing gear are up. Yes, they are. nose down for a little bit more speed. And we're basically just going to stall onto the water here. So there we are.
Nice touchdown. Congratulations on your first water landing. I'm going to bring us in close so we can get on the yacht without getting wet.
Excellent. Good job.
Thanks for helping me get out to the wedding.
Award, Coconut Bra. Some lovely achievements going on. Hello everyone once again who are tuning in live. We're just now wrapping up this particular episode. We're going to keep on broadcasting. I've made level 2, halfway through level 2. So that is the introduction to Microsoft Flight and my new setup here. I'll be doing Microsoft Flight for a little while, and then maybe later on I'll get into FSX Steam Edition, or maybe the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2016 by Dovetail Games, if they release that at some point. So we can kind of expect on my channel here and there, we'll be seeing this kind of stuff with my brand new control cam. 2 thumbs up to the control camera. Flying with the Saytech Pro Flight Yoke system, the Saytech TPM system, and the Saytech, I have the Cessna rudder control. And I should say that I am not an endorser for Saytech or anything. I just happen to like their stuff, and I'm using it to get better at flight. At maybe sometime I'll actually apply this stuff that I learned to getting a real pilot's license. So this is it for episode 1 of Microsoft Flight. If you're tuning in the episodes, I want to thank you for watching. You know what to do with YouTube, right? Leave a like, share this stuff with your friends if you like it. Share a like, especially for the new control cam. I'll be using this for Microsoft Flight. I'll also have this steering wheel, right there, this steering wheel, zoom, zoom, attached for Euro Truck Simulator when I get back to doing that series. And also American Truck Simulator when that comes out later on. And if I start doing Elite Dangerous seriously, I'm going to have to go ahead and buy an HOTAS, a HOTAS flight yoke system and everything, and have that on the control cam as well. So the control cam really adds a lot to the game for viewers, I think. I think it's something unique that a lot of people aren't going to be able to see. So leave a like for that. Share this video with your friends if you want more people to see it, if you like my content. And the thing that I like the most, if you're watching the episodes, is interacting with comments. I get to interact with comments all day long. Well, not all day long, but when I'm doing my live streaming, I get to interact with comments there. But the people on the live or on the episodes don't necessarily get to see all those comments unless I mention them in-game, which I will do while broadcasting from time to time. So leave your comments on the video and stuff as well. Let me know what you think about the control cam, any suggestions for improvement. Let me know what you like. Let me know more of what you'd like to see and that kind of stuff. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to the episode, but I'm going to keep on streaming for those people who are here live and get set up for the next episode. So once again, thanks for watching. I guess I could say keep flying and stay shiny as my little tagline that I made up there a while ago. Thank you once again for watching all this. So with that, we're going to run over to this screen and run some credits for the episode. Let's